Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Hope everyone's doing well. So today we're going to be discussing how to achieve your fitness goals in 2023 or any year if I'm being honest. Okay, so first we want to actually not think about our goals but the systems in place. So let me break it down. So when I first started lifting, a big mistake I made was focusing on my big lofty goal that I had, which was like getting a six-pack for the summer, which I guess everyone wants, right? So for me, it was kind of just focusing on a six-pack, but not really thinking about what I would do daily to get there. So it wasn't, and I guess my knowledge wasn't as good at the time compared to what it is now, but it wasn't like thinking, okay, I need to get in more steps, or I need to drink more water, or try to eat more fruit and veg. It was just, I just had the six-pack in goal, which kind of led me to I was just all over the place trying to get there because I didn't really have clear systems in place. So yeah, like I said, so for example, now if I had the six-pack in goal for the summer, it would be, okay, I know I have that goal, but I'm going to let it go and focus on what I should be doing day in, day out to get there. So that could be aiming for 10,000 steps. It could be adding more fruit. So for the most part, these are the two things that I would consciously improve on, because that's just me. For you, it might be trying to get more sleep. So that could be a system in place, like leaving your phone by 10 p.m. So that way, you know, by the time it reaches 10:30 or even 11 p.m., you're going to be asleep. And that way you're going to get proper quality sleep. So by the time you wake up for, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you're ready to go. And also it doesn't mess up your hormones, because if you undersleep, because obviously if you're on your phone on TikTok or Instagram at night, just scrolling, mindlessly scrolling, it can mess up your sleep. So if you mess up your sleep, that messes your ghrelin and leptin levels, which are basically your hunger and satiety levels. So yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, for you, sleep could just be a problem. So that would be something for you to fix. So that would be your system in place. So my system would be, okay, on my lunch break, I'm going to get 3,000 steps, or, you know, so that's going to be one for you. Because the number one mistake is, so winners and losers have the same goal. That's problem one. So problem one is winners and losers have the same goal. So what I mean by that is, people might look at it and have survivorship bias. So what is that? So let's say 100 athletes trying to get into the Olympics, 50 make it, 85 don't. So you might think, well, I just didn't have the goods. 50 made it, so but you're not focusing on the other 85 that didn't. So why didn't they? The British cyclists getting better with the Tour de France, right? So obviously it wasn't like one year they just decided, okay, we're going to go for it. They were always trying to go for it, but it's the systems they had in place. They improved it year on year, continually refined and improved it to eventually get better, so that they win it, or just do better overall, you know? So, okay, then we got problem number 2 about goals. So achieving a goal is only a momentary change. So what do I mean by that? So let's say my room is very messy right now, okay? Let's say I cleaned my room. I achieved my goal. My room is nice and tidy now. But that's only a momentary change. If I continue with the same habits, my room's just gonna get messy once again. So instead of just having a goal to clean my room, isn't it not better to have a system in place to where I come in and, let's say, okay, I take off my clothes and I hang this there, and I put this in the basket, and then I take this downstairs, and then, you know, or I just have this cupboard for this, you know? So what we actually need to change is the habits. So if I fix the input of my habits, the output will fix itself. Make sense? Sorry, my handwriting is atrocious, but we got problem number 3, which is goals restrict your happiness. Any implicit meaning behind setting a goal is, I can't be happy until X is achieved. Once I reach my goal, then I'll be happy, which is a goals first mentality, which I've even sometimes to this day, I try to not be like that. But when you set a goal, it's like you can't be happy until you gain the 20 pounds of muscle, or I can't be happy until my business hits this much money in a month, you know. But it's not just for your future self to enjoy. It should be more about enjoying the systems in place. Like once the systems are up and running, enjoying that, because with just the goal, you set an either or conflict. So it's either you make it or you don't. And if you don't, then kind of set yourself up for disappointment, right? And it's like you mentally box yourself in this narrow version of happiness, and it's misguided. And also it's unlikely that the version or that the path you had in mind of getting to your goal, it's unlikely that it's actually gonna take that route. Like I don't know about you, but if you've ever set out to do something and you've had your like plan to get there, more often than not, it's never really gone to plan. Like something's always cropped up, or this spanner's been thrown in the works, or you know. So it makes no sense to restrict your satisfaction to just one path when there's so many to success. And so with a systems first mentality, you kind of allow yourself to be satisfied and fall in love with the process. So it's like anytime your system is up and running, you can be happy because you know, okay, this system is up and running, so I know over the long term I will eventually get to my goal. Assuming obviously you're consistent with the systems. But yeah, so with systems, you don't have to be rigid. Like there's many systems that can help you on the way to success. It's not just one system that's in place. You can have many different systems working for you. Yeah, my handwriting is so bad. But yeah, so we got problem number 4, which is goals are at odds with long-term progress. And this sort of mindset, just having a goal-oriented mindset, can create a yo-yo effect. So it's like runners will work hard, train hard for months, but once they cross the finish line, they're done. That's it. So instead, try to focus. So long term, that's not really going to benefit you, right? Because you may train hard for 6 months, a year, but then once you cross the finish line and do your run, do your race, it's over. So instead, you want to be the type of person that focuses on continually refining and perfecting the technique, or refining your stride, perfecting your craft basically. And that's an ongoing thing, whether it be football perfecting a kick, or basketball perfecting a 3-point shot, or whatever you're trying to do, perfecting the technique and refining, rather than just thinking, okay, I'm gonna practice until this game, I win this game, or you know. Ultimately, it's your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. So to wrap up, I guess what I'm trying to say is fall in love with the systems. So not to say, well, none of this is to say goals are useless. Goals can be great for pushing you in the short term and planning your progress, but systems is what determines if you're actually making progress. And a well thought out systems will always win in the end, right? So having a system is what matters, and committing to the process is what makes the difference. Peace.